Okay, today I'm going to be talking about headlight bezels. 71 through 77 Chevrolet G10, G20, G30 cargo vans. Sometimes you can find these really good, really cheap on eBay. I just picked up a set for 10 bucks. Now, the set isn't the greatest. This one is obviously damaged, bent, but this one is perfectly straight. These normally sell for upwards of 60, 70, 80 bucks a piece. So with shipping, these came out to 24 bucks. 10 bucks, $9.99 for the sale price, and the rest was in shipping and taxes. These I paid 50 bucks a piece for. Of course, they did not look like this. They were actually painted white, which actually looked like house latex paint. I removed the paint from them, and they looked very close to these. But then, since I'm building a show van, I shipped them off and had them chrome plated. So initial cost on these was about 125 bucks with shipping, and then another 100 bucks a piece to get them chrome plated. So all in, I'm about 325 bucks. But if you're going to paint your van grill, and a lot of them came black and white from the factory, and the bezels, of course, they were also black and white from the factory. So you can save yourself a ton of money by not chrome plating them. Is it going to look as good? No. But is it going to save you a ton of money? Absolutely. In my white shorty van, I have almost $3,000 in the purchase price of the grill, front bumper, and the chrome plating process. The grill that I bought was black and white. I sent it off to be chrome plated, show car chrome plated, and I could have just used it as the way it was when I got it, because the paint on it was really strong. In fact, this paint is extremely durable. It's very hard to remove, even with aircraft remover. But in any case, it depends on your budget what you want to do. But now, I can either find another bezel to replace this damaged one, or I could try and attempt to straighten this one out, which I could. I can straighten this thing out almost perfect. But almost perfect isn't perfect. But if I was going to repaint these and reuse them, I could use a little bit of Bondo, because this is where the issue is going to be. And one of the issues is it has this folded flap right here. And it's going to be extremely difficult, especially with this raised area, to get behind it to knock it back out. And if I try and bend this out in order to straighten out that, well, then this is a pretty thin material, so it could actually get damaged, and then I got to bend it back, and that could cause further degradation to the outer edge, and I just don't want to do that. But it's easy to tell if they're bent just by the way they rock. They're going to rock a little bit. See the undamaged side? It rocks. But this one, you see quite a bit of rocking. So let's take it over there to the anvil, and see if we can knock it back into shape. So what you want to do, if you have a nice solid anvil like this, you can see how my finger is poking out from underneath here. This is the damaged area. This grill was obviously hit from the front, and it bowed it pretty good. as you can see. So what you want to do is you want to distribute the impact pressure as far as you can. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to utilize this thick piece of steel here. I'm going to put it right here, dead center of the bend. Take my trusty hammer. And I'm working it in and out. Okay, now, as you can see, it's impossible to get my finger back underneath that. In fact, I'll take a thin piece of zip tie. And you can see it won't go under. So then, the other area is right here. And you can see zip tie has no problem going under the whole length of that dent. Now this one is a little bit more difficult because it's right on the corner, or the beginning of the corner. You can actually take a piece of pipe, Schedule 40, cut it in half, and use it, and it would probably fit in the curve, which would be fantastic. See, it wants to go in right along the folded edge, which of course, as I said before, I'm not going to be able to fix that little bit of area. So that's why these headlight bezels are an excellent candidate to respray. And what I would do is I would use a little bit of Bondo. Of course, I would sand off all the rust or sandblast off all the rust. And then a little bit of Bondo right there. And then spray it. And you can make it look exactly like this. Just, you could spray the whole thing black and mask off the black area and then spray the outer edge perimeter white. Or you can spray the whole thing white and then mask off the edge and then spray the interior black area. It's whatever you prefer. And I'm going to check all the corners. See, this is also a little bit bent. And if you want, another good thing you can do is take it over to your grill after each adjustment and see how it fits up against the grill. And you can see right there, I got quite a bit of fold upwards on this corner as well. I can even eyeball it a little bit. Yeah, that still looks like it's pretty well tweaked. But let's take it over to the grill and see just how badly tweaked it is. And as you can see back on the table, I may have got the dent out, but I did not get the bow out of it. And you can see it right there. Okay. Yeah, you can see I get my finger here. Right here, all along this side, it's great. But right here, not so much. But if I was to stick the screws in this thing, it would actually sit flush. And that's probably what I'll wind up doing, because if I try and straighten the thing out like this, then I'm going to probably do some damage to the interior here. There is a little ding that I just noticed right here. It's raised out. I'll try and knock that out and then see what that does. But if not, I'm certain that the screws will hold it flush. And here's a close-up of this dent. And you can see it by the reflection of the light. And of course you can feel it with your fingers if you were able to be here and feel it. And what I'm doing is I'm tapping on the actual rust line. Get this thing smoothed back out. Okay, that actually feels pretty good. Now, again, with a little bit of Bondo, these can be easily repainted to look like new. And if you need to, cut yourself a larger piece of steel, one that runs the whole length of the part that you are straightening. This does require patience. I can feel a little raised area right here on this corner. To help it show up, take some sandpaper and rub the suspected area, and you'll see the dent. The dent will appear. And that makes it easier to take something like a nice rod like this, put it up against the dent, try and get the sheet metal as close to the anvil as possible. Now I can no longer feel it. But this thing is still bent. You know, the big problem is trying to find these parts. A lot of people assume incorrectly that a C10 Chevy pickup headlight bezel is the same. It's absolutely not the same. Not by a long shot. They do look similar, but you cannot stick a C10 headlight bezel on a 71 to 77 Chevy G10, G20, G30 grill. They simply are different. They're too small. And you'll be able to tell right away just by looking at them. The span from here is quite thicker on the G10. Basically, the C10 looks to the layman to be identical, but it's not. Okay, this thing is it's damn close to being perfect. So now I'm going to take it over to the van and see if I can get it to screw into place and sit flush. Okay, on eBay you can actually find these beveled screws, but they're very expensive. They're like $4 for 4 of them. But you can go to Lowe's or Home Depot and pick yourself up some of these exact same screws for like a box of 20 or 30 of them for just a few, you know, like maybe $1.50, maybe $2.50 at the most. But it's definitely worth buying a package of them, especially if you're going to be doing this often. Pick yourself up some of these too. This grill is just going to be used as a wall hanger. I bought a excellent condition grill, extremely little rust, in Tucson, Arizona. It's supposed to be here tomorrow. This screw is actually not the correct screw. Yeah, not the correct screw. You can see how it's blunted on the end. But even with one screw missing, You can see it does go on nice and straight. There's a little bit of a gap here, but like I said, that's because it's on the other side of that fold. But with a little bit of Bondo right there, before putting it on, of course, that bezel would be just fine. So if you want to know more about this van, this is a van I just bought. Subscribe, like, I'd appreciate a thumbs up, and hit the bell icon. So I'm not going to be talking about this van right now. So if you want to know more about it, how much I paid for it, and the story behind it, again, highly recommend, like and subscribe. Subscribing is free. And give me a thumbs up. It's almost as satisfying as clicking skip commercial or skipping the YouTube free trial. Or if you want to see more of this van, again, just another reason to like and subscribe. And this van is exactly the way I purchased it. I haven't done anything to it yet except set my mock-up grill on it. So, in the comments section below, before looking at the actual video for this van, put your answers as to how much you think I paid for it. I'd be very curious to know that before actually disclosing that amount. And put how much you would pay for this. Not that I plan on selling it. It has one little dent here and a couple little scrapes on the rear door and extremely little rust. The undercarriage is like brand new. It does have a few little rust spots here, which I will be demonstrating on how to remove all this rust spots. And this is probably the worst of it right here. And the driver's side rear door is damn near perfectly straight, except for a little ding right here. And another one right here that probably won't even show up on camera. This door is a little banged up, but easily repaired. It came with these rollers. Unfortunately, not a full set. I actually kind of like these better than the Kragers. But yeah, that's just my mock-up grill. But other than the grill, that's exactly the way I bought it. How much did I pay for it? Leave your answers and comments below. And remember, I'd appreciate a thumbs up. Anyway, that's it from Rick Steele Customs today. You guys have yourself a great day, and thanks for watching.